Have you ever experienced slow Wi-Fi because too many users are connected? Sure, you could change your password to kick them out, but it will only be a matter of time before the password spreads around again like a flu and you're right back where you started. Did you know that there's a way to prevent people from connecting to your Wi-Fi even if they know the password? Stick around to learn how. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will show you how to use a feature called Mac Filter to ensure that only approved devices can connect to your Wi-Fi network. This powerful security option is available on all Wi-Fi routers. The first step is to access your router's web interface, which is easier than it sounds. On the back of every ISP provided router, you will find the default IP address and login credentials used to access its settings. Some routers like this one by Alcatel only have the IP address. After you have determined the IP address of your router, key it into the browser of a computer or smartphone connected to your Wi-Fi. Log into the router's web interface using the default username and password provided at the back of the router. If your router does not have that information printed at the back, just Google the default login credentials for your router model or ask from your ISP provider. MAC filtering lets a router allow or block devices based on their MAC addresses. On your router's web interface, locate and activate the WLAN MAC filter option. I have left the filter mode on whitelist as I intend to enter the MAC addresses of devices that will be permitted into the network. If you are doing this on a phone, it should be the first device you allow on the network. Then you can use it to add other devices afterward. As shown on phone 1 on the right side of the screen, navigate to the phone settings and look for the phone Wi-Fi MAC address in the phone status information. A MAC address is made up of 6 pairs of numbers and letters separated by colons. Take note of that MAC address and input it to the router as shown. You will then note that both phones on the right will be kicked out of the network the moment you click apply. This is because the router is now enforcing a MAC address list of devices allowed to connect to it. Since the MAC address is unique and tied to a device, most smartphones will report a fake or randomized MAC address to the router in order to protect the identity of the device and prevent tracking. That is why our phone 1 is also unable to connect to the router despite being on the whitelist. Therefore, we need to adjust the phone's Wi-Fi settings to use its real MAC address when connecting to the no-frills tech network. This setting is applied individually for each Wi-Fi network, but the phone will remember it every time it reconnects to this particular network. As you can see, when set to phone MAC instead of randomized MAC, the phone successfully connects to the network. I will follow the same steps for the second phone, which is actually a tablet, by first adding its MAC address to the router MAC filter list and changing the Wi-Fi preference to use the actual MAC address instead of a randomized MAC. As you can see, phone 2 has now also been accepted into the network. Should you want to add a Mac computer to your Wi-Fi network, you can find its MAC address under Wi-Fi settings as shown. For Windows users, check the MAC address under Properties tab in the Network and Internet option in Windows settings. That's it, my friends. Enabling a MAC filter on your router keeps unwanted devices off your Wi-Fi. Even if someone scans the network's QR code or obtains the password, no device can join the network until its MAC address has been manually added to the router's MAC filter list. I agree, it's a bit inconvenient to enter the MAC address of each new device that needs to connect to your Wi-Fi, but this is the most dependable and basic way of ensuring that you not only get the full bandwidth of your internet plan, but also protect your network. If you found this video useful, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching and stay safe online.